A very good afternoon and welcome to this stream of Wales against the Republic of Ireland in the third place playoff of the Pinatar Cup. Both teams looking to finish on a high after impressive starts to this tournament in Spain, but defeats in the semi-final stage means that it's a third place finish that is up for grabs this afternoon. We will go through the team news in due course and the thoughts of Kath Morgan alongside me, Simon Davis. Kath, a former Wales international, of course. That's to come, but first in Pinatar, the national anthems.
And now, please rise for the national anthem.
Well, in stark contrast to the difficult weather conditions here in the UK at the moment, and indeed the conditions experienced by Wales against Belgium in their semi-final, the sun is shining in Pinatar, and both teams will be looking for a third place finish, which will do them the world of good ahead of their World Cup qualifiers coming up in April. Wales in particular have a testing game against France to come. So you can see Sophie Ingle there and Katie McCabe, the respective captains, exchanging pennants. It's been a while since Wales and the Republic of Ireland have faced each other, certainly in competitive games. So there's a lot at stake, as well as glory in the Pinatar Cup, but pride as well this afternoon. Well, both teams in huddles, and it is a completely new 11 for Vera Pauw's Irish side. Interesting to see Birmingham's Lucy Quinn back in, scoring twice in the quarter-final win over Poland. She supports Payne and Carusa in attack. Denise O'Sullivan of North Carolina Courage wins her 92nd cap. Louise Quinn wins her 93rd, Neve Fahy with her 101st. 3 changes for Wales from the Belgium semi-final. Rachel Rowe and Gemma Evans return to a reshaped defence. Fionn Morgan starts after impressing off the bench in that last game. Olivia Clark retains her place in goal in place of Laura O'Sullivan, who, like Kaylee Green, drops to the Welsh bench. Wales, of course, lost on penalties to Belgium, Kath, and we'll be looking to bounce back from that disappointment with a 3rd place finish here this afternoon.
Yeah, I think, you know, any game is difficult against Ireland, but I think Wales will certainly be looking for a, you know, a good performance, and to get 3rd in the Pinatar Cup, you know, will be a huge achievement.
Players and staff take a knee in a gesture against racism and discrimination, and Kira Carusa gets things underway, and it's the Republic of Ireland who kick things off here. And of course, like Wales, they are a team who are desperate for big tournament experience. They would love to reach a major finals. Yeah, you know, like us, I think Republic of Ireland have had a rocky road, you know, over the last 15 years. They've tried to develop, and there's been inconsistencies. It's an early chance for Carusa, and an early test for Olivia Clark, who was very steady, I think praised by all who saw her in that game against Belgium. Yeah, very confident performance on debut, to be fair. You know, these players now, I think because they're training and playing at a higher level than we did back in our day, I think they're able to adjust to the pressure a lot more, where it was more of an occasion for us because to happen. But yeah, I think these players now are have adapted well, you know, to this level of football. Jessica Zhu will take this throw-in for the Republic after Rhiannon Roberts gave the ball away. Back in a central defensive role, Rhiannon Roberts, as we're so used to seeing her adopted as a right-back. And here is the Irish right-back, Fahy. Well, it's a 3-woman defence, in fact, Fahy, Quinn and McCarthy. I think for Gemma Granger, it's a much more traditional back 4 as Ireland look to play a ball through, and this could be a great start. Oh, it's just put wide by Carusa. Well, Olivia Clark committed herself. Carusa rounded the Wales goalkeeper, and perhaps it should be 1-0. Yeah, I mean, great opportunity there. I mean, Gemma Evans just caught herself on the wrong side of play there. I think Olivia Clark had to come out, but I mean, that goal was wide open there. She'd be really disappointed with that missed opportunity. Kira Caruso plays in Denmark, ex-Le Havre player, actually born in San Diego, but will be very disappointed not to have got her 2nd goal in an Irish shirt there. Did all the hard work, went round the keeper, but just hit the side netting, and this has been a very encouraging start for the Republic of Ireland as Fishlock leads the chase on Fahy. Actually, the games that we've commentated on, Kath, Wales have come out of the starting blocks very, very quickly. Perhaps hasn't been the case in this opening few minutes here. Yeah, I think, you know, the girls will settle down. Obviously, it is a huge game. I mean, you know, to come 3rd in such a prestigious tournament is a big ask, and I think we'll settle down. You know, once we get our midfield and Hannah James, now Sophie and Green, Jess Fishlock on the ball, I think Ireland will have a lot, you know, to deal with. Morgan finding Rachel Rowe for her first touch. Good to see her back on the left-hand side, rested for the last game. Wasn't even on the bench, so we can assume that maybe there was a slight injury. Only just returned from injury, of course, to Wales action as Kerry Holland does very well down that right-hand side, looking for Fishlock. Harding in there too. Yeah, a very strong run there, and positive by Kerry Holland. I think she'd have been disappointed then with that final pass. Jess Fishlock was just coming in on the cutback, but unfortunately Kerry Holland just decided to play the ball square, so it was cut out defensively by Ireland. But yeah, we're in a good position here. And in this goalless start of 4 minutes being played, Wales have won their first corner, and it's Anne Harrod-James, one of the players who missed a penalty against Belgium. But you cannot overstate her importance to that Wales midfield. And she'll be looking for a good delivery here. Lara James, who plays for Orlando Pride, having been switched from North Carolina Courage. Almost convincing of corners as Rowe plays it back in. Maybe that's something that Wales will want to improve on, set pieces maybe in this tournament.
Yeah, I think traditionally Republic of Ireland are very strong in defence, and you know, they're dominant with the aerial ball. So I think any set pieces that goes on, you know, you have to get beyond that first defender. Otherwise, Ireland will, you know, feel very comfortable in just heading those balls away.
Fishlock tries to find Rowe. Free kick, Republic of Ireland. It was Fahy who went down. High boot, possibly. No, it was a shove in the back, according to the referee. Wry smile on the face of Rachel Rowe.
Yeah.
Nothing too malicious.
Yeah, I think she landed awkward as well on her ankle, but Rachel Rowe there just giggling. You know, I mean, these girls will get on really well, so, you know, there's no malice in that, but, you know, it's part and parcel of the game.
Ball with Savannah McCarthy. Her second spell at Galway at the moment. To Louise Quinn, now Birmingham, ex-Fiorentina. Fahy plays it up towards that halfway line, looking for it was Little John. Payne. The ball away, but Wales win it back through Roberts. Good play, good composure from Rhiannon Roberts. And here is Ingle, who was composure personified. Although on that occasion couldn't find Fishlock. Wales still have it though. The break is on for Morgan. I think both sides perhaps sloppy in possession at the moment, just feeling each other out.
Yeah, it'll take time to settle down. We're not quite finding our passes, and we're not keeping that possession, but you know, I'm sure that that's nerves, and it doesn't matter how many games you play, you know, you do get nervous and you want to do well. So yeah, once the nerves settle down now, I think the rhythm will then, you know, get us going.
Well, luckily behind the goal to our left-hand side, as you can see it on your screen, Pinatar, there isn't a concert or a disco going on as there was in the Belgium game. It was somewhat off-putting for the players, in fact. Certainly off-putting for us, so I don't know how it was addressed and felt by the players, but it was certainly a strong performance against Belgium. Very strong team. I think Gemma Granger encouraged that Wales took such a high-ranked side all the way to penalties. Rowe has given it away here, and it's Zhu who finds Payne. Early cross from Payne in towards Quinn. Interception from Rhiannon Roberts.
Yeah, Rhiannon Roberts showing her experience there and taking responsibility. I think Olivia Clark was unsure as to whether to come or not, but Rhiannon Roberts, she's been phenomenal in this tournament, you have to say. Consistent in both positions, both at right back for the first game and centre back against Belgium, and again she's just showing her experience.
And it was Carusa in the middle who was in that 6-yard area. McCabe, the Republic's captain, going across to take this. And a left-footed player, so this could be an in-swinger right under the nose of Olivia Clark, who's surrounded in that penalty box. McCabe with a slow delivery, floated towards that back post, and it was towards Savannah McCarthy. Wales put it away for a corner. Kerry
Holland did very well there. I think she needed to win that flick on there. It always baffles me when they put that ball not even nowhere near the arc of the corner. You know, I don't know how that rule has been allowed to just creep into the game, but yeah, it's one that that does wind me up a little bit.
Yeah, just needs to barely touch the line. And this will be another delivery from McCabe, another left-footed delivery, this time from the left. And it's another floater in towards where that penalty spot is, and just O'Sullivan trying to bring it down on the volley. Couldn't really get any sort of power or precision on that attempt. Gemma Evans. Well, it's been a reshuffled back four once again for Gemma Granger. It was an entirely new back four for the Belgium game compared to the first win over Scotland. Here's Holland, great cross in towards Harding. Fishlock's there. Took a deflection, corner kick.
Do you know, Kerry Holland is deceivingly quick. You know, once again, you were looking at that ball thinking, I'm not sure if she's going to get there, but absolutely she is another good characteristic that Kaylee Green possesses. Doesn't give up. You know, she's definitely got the beating of the Irish player there. I mean, to be fair to Jess Fishlock, she had to take it on her left. Opportunity.
Wales have gone short with Fishlock. Drives it in towards Harding. Here's Morgan. Oh, in towards Sophie Ingle. Sorry, Roberts, who had found herself in a forward position there. And Fishlock was in there too. There's a cross which seemed to evade the Irish defence.
Yeah, I mean, looking at those two opportunities there within, you know, a couple of minutes, I do honestly believe that Ireland will be more worried about our attacking, you know, abilities than what we will be worried about them. So, yeah, you know, I mean, 10 minutes in, we've had a couple of opportunities and just the ball just hasn't kind of landed, you know, the way we want to.
Ball with Denise O'Sullivan. Ball through to Carusa. Cleared away by James. It's another long attempt, high and wide, and not a testing one for Olivia Clark in the Wales goal from O'Sullivan.
Yeah, no, I think, you know, Republic of Ireland kind of understand that they're probably waiting on Wales's mistakes. I think we just need to be a little bit more careful with the ball, look after it a bit more. I think Rachel Rowe, naturally, she's been out for a very long time, and game tempo, you know, is something that's probably eluding her at the minute. So early decisions, you know, we know how good she is, but she's been caught a couple of times now to put Wales on the back foot, really. So I think we need to just tidy those areas up, make a quick decision, play simple.
Kerry Holland has been very busy on that Welsh right. Here's Nave Fahy, ex-Arsenal, Chelsea and Bordeaux player, currently at Liverpool. See Gemma Granger there at the bottom of the screen. Not a shouter on the sidelines, but scribbles away during the game in her notebook. A deep thinker of the game, Gemma Granger, and she will be thinking ahead to those crucial games in April, that France game in particular. Yeah,
and you know, it's not too far away, is it? You know, you're kind of thinking it's 5 weeks away, 6 weeks away. So yeah, I mean, a lot to look forward to. And I know the players, you know, would have really benefited from having these 10 days of sunshine on their backs and good preparation.
Watch it out.
Evans will shield the ball away from Payne, but Payne did well there. But it's a goal kick, not a corner.
Yeah, you know, Rachel Rowe there, just giving a little bit of encouragement. Ooh, that was a close one, actually.
I think she got away with that one. Yeah, Wales second in Group I in World Cup qualifying, 5 points behind France. And the Republic of Ireland second in Group A, 8 points behind Sweden. They've got some crucial games coming up, not least a game against Sweden on April the 12th away. And it's all about, even if you can finish second, it's a chance to get in the playoffs then, and there are more places up for grabs to go to a World Cup final. Ball back from O'Sullivan. The Republic couldn't keep it in. And as you can see, Welsh flags there on display once again in Pinatar. Wales have been supported tremendously in this tournament so far.
Yeah, there's a lot of family, I think, of the players out there enjoying the sunshine. I think they're in a far better place than what we are at the minute with the weather we are having. But yeah, I think everybody's enjoying themselves and supporting the girls, you know, which combines a nice holiday and you know, a bit of football.
And Hannah James, with the sun in her eyes, takes this free kick. Not a bad delivery, and Brosnan's punch went behind her, and Wales looking to take advantage here through Holland. Evans, Fionn Morgan, balls to Rachel Rowe. It's a testing one, where Courtney Brosnan, not the most convincing of punches from that free kick.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was, yeah, we're just looking at Rachel Rowe's cross there. I mean, it was a little bit too deep there. Wasn't quite in the right areas, but she, you know, she's entitled to have a go from a distance like that. We've seen how Rachel can score goals from that distance. Yeah, just didn't fall to her this time.
Caruso chases, Clark collects. And it's the first time that we've seen perhaps some real competition for Laura O'Sullivan in the Wales goal. The indication is that she's just being rested on the bench this afternoon. Here's Rachel Rowe. Good pass to Ingle, looking for Rowe again. Brosnan will collect.
Yeah, it was a little bit too much of an ask for me, you know what I mean, to play that ball back into Rachel Rowe, to be fair. Great counter-attack and excellent interplay between Jess Fishlock and Hannah James and Sophie Ingle there as well, which just shows their class, you know, in the midfield area.
Yeah, Sophie Ingle, a sort of switch between midfield and defensive positions in this Pinatar Cup, is as adept in both positions, really. You would favour her as a midfielder because of her creativity, her danger around the penalty area. And I think Gemma Granger knows that when the time comes, if she can call on Sophie Ingle as a centre-back, much like Rhiannon Roberts, she'll do so.
Yeah, and I think, you know, being adaptable is such a huge positive to have. You know, Rhiannon Roberts, we know that, you know, she's equally as comfortable as a right back. Rachel Rowe just making a mistake there by throwing the ball. We should just let the ball go, to be honest with you, and threw it to herself. So, yeah, giving away a throw to the Irish.
You don't see that too often, do you? Foul throws. Here is Rowe again. Such an enthusiastic character and loves to get forward. Well, he's given away the throw. You can adopt Rachel Rowe as a left winger as much as you can as a left back. I suppose if you're playing three at the back as a left wing back, that is her probably favoured position, because she does have licence to get forward. And it's in fact a Wales free kick here, so Rowe was fouled.
Yeah, I think she was very fortunate to get that decision, but yeah, you know, I mean, we know that Rachel Rowe can deliver very good set pieces, and she'll try and do the same now.
Short one to Fishlock. Evans. Opts not to go long, finds James instead. Loses out to O'Sullivan. Littlejohn brings McCarthy into play. Galway player out to McCabe. Just tried to find her way through Charlie Escort and Kerry Holland there. Closing down from Wales, Fishlock finding Evans. And the first real period of possession, sustained period of possession for Wales, what with nearly 18 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, you know, I think when we're in possession of the ball, we look good. We're just kind of lacking that quality on the ball for me at the minute, but, you know, I'm sure that will come.
Holland. Escort had continued to run. Ops for James, deflected cross. Harding being adopted as a lone striker this afternoon. Just couldn't get there before Brosnan did.
Yeah, and Hannah James just trying to put the ball in the right area, but just eluded there, Natasha Harding on this occasion. But, you know, I think with 18 minutes gone, we have to remember that this is the third game in, you know, very quick succession, so demanding physically on the girls as well. Obviously, you know, as jealous as we are of the sun and the heat, you know, it does take its toll.
And we wish everyone well who's been affected by this awful weather. Certainly in parts of Wales, some worrying scenes, trees upended and roads blocked. And we hope for more settled conditions soon. The Republic of Ireland have a free kick here, Caruso winning it.
Yeah, Gemma Evans, I think a little nudge in the back there, you know, conceding a free kick. And, you know, I mean, we know the referees have been a little bit inconsistent, but I don't think I can even argue with them against that one.
Little John of Aston Villa coming across to take this. She's going to leave it to McCabe, the left foot of McCabe. Big smile from Jess Fishlock. Does seem to be a lot of goodwill between these two teams. Olivia Clark just organising her defence in front of her. As you can see, all camped on that 18-yard line. So it's a high line for Wales, this. As McCabe, the captain, prepares to take. It's another floated ball in towards that back post, and the eventual header from Caruso was wide. Well, Wales not getting to the second ball perhaps quickly enough.
Yeah, I think, you know, it was a decent delivery, and it was very high. I think we won the first ball, and then, yeah, I mean, Charlie Askey tried to win the second ball, but to be honest with you, Simon, I don't think Ireland at the minute are, you know, are any threat to us. You know, they are kind of getting into areas to attack, but, you know, there's nothing of quality coming from the Irish at the minute. Ranked
29 places beneath Wales in the FIFA rankings, for what they're worth. Here's Gemma Evans. Good recovery from Ingle to try and find Harding. Holland does find Harding. And the Reading player is away. Needs support. Tries to find Fishlock. And it's back to James and Sophie Ingle. Well, Fishlock perhaps tried to do too much there. Evans with the important foot in. Lovely little flick that from Ingle. Holland's free. James. Well, it's a goal kick in the end, but once again Wales making inroads down that right-hand side.
Yeah, and like I said, you know, when we're playing the ball well and make good decisions, then I think that, you know, we look good in an attacking sense. But, you know, we just need a little bit more consistency. I think we tend to be doing a little bit too much, having the extra touch, and then that slows down the play for us, and then we have to backtrack a little bit. But I'm sure Ireland will be, you know, a little bit concerned that we have a significant amount of possession.
Well, the sunglasses are out in the stands and the baseball caps. The players don't have that luxury. You don't tend to see keepers wear hats anymore. That's sort of a thing of the past, really.
Yeah, I don't know why they don't do that, but...
Bit of old school, it needs bringing back, I think. Republic of Ireland have a throw here to be taken by McCabe. Captain who is winning her 60th cap this afternoon. O'Sullivan, an experienced campaigner, just being harassed by Fishlock there. Messy stuff at the moment. James putting a foot in, and Anhara James does what Anhara James does. Sliding tackle to perfection. Wales win back possession. Of course, now at Orlando, was at North Carolina Courage. Fantastic move that was for her to go out to the United States.
Yeah.
Sort of a life experience as well as a career one.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, you know, it'll move her on in her development. I think she is a phenomenal player, and she will just become world-class, in my opinion.
Free kick Wales. Foul on Fionn Morgan by Fahy. We haven't seen too many clear-cut chances yet. It's been cagey, tight, at times scrappy.
Yeah, I think this is what it'll be, though, Simon, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be tight. I think there'll probably only be one goal in it. It's just about how do we, you know, counteract what Ireland have got. They're very strong in defence, but I think it's all on our game. You know, if we can increase the tempo, move the ball quicker, I honestly don't think Ireland will have enough to stop us.
Rachel Rowe, well, she's looking to drive this into Irish penalty area here, you can see. That's what she does, looks for Evans. Ingle trying to get on the loose ball. Counter-attack could be on here for Payne. Alan Roberts winning the header. Again, it's very, very incoherent in terms of passing, and Rachel Rowe, the last woman back to recover for Wales there.
Yeah, I think the Irish players there are complaining. I think Rhiannon Roberts accidentally on purpose, you know, barged one of the Irish players off their stride there in that counter-attack, but has got away with it. So, yeah, I think fortunate in that sense.
I think I'm going to use that term again, accidentally on purpose.
Well, we all did that as children, didn't we, when we were confessing?
Oh, it's a great chance for the Republic, and they scored! Oh, what a finish that was from Denise O'Sullivan. Well, Wales caught napping at the back, but take nothing away from O'Sullivan's finish. And it's the Republic of Ireland who lead.
Yeah, you know, I think Wales have been punished there, to be honest with you. Again, you know, you look at the first instance when Rhiannon Roberts just, you know, should have given away a foul there. She's given it straight to O'Sullivan, who's absolutely buried down in the top corner. I mean, technically, you know, you can't argue with that, but we have to get closer. You know, we can't allow players to shoot from that type of range without any pressure on the ball.
Well, her first touch set up the half volley perfectly, and it was like a rocket into that top corner. Clark stood no chance. Well, a drinks break, and it comes at a opportune time for Wales perhaps to regroup here, but the quality of the goal from Denise O'Sullivan, former Cork, Glasgow City player, currently at North Carolina Courage, and Harry James's former club. What a finish that was. Yeah,
but I think Wales just will be bitly disappointed, you know, that they've gone in on the drinks break. I think, yeah, Rhiannon Roberts making a rare mistake really by not putting a foot through that ball and clearing it. But, you know, they'll take responsibility. Like I said, Ireland haven't really had anything to do with this game, you know, in all honesty. So Wales have had all the possession, but we've got nothing to show for it. So I think that, yeah, we need certainly to up the tempo in this next quarter.
On her 92nd cap, Denise O'Sullivan with her 17th goal for her country. She was loaned to Brighton in 2020, in the pandemic year, and enjoying life in North Carolina, enjoying life in the sun in Spain as well. And there was nothing Olivia Clark could do about it. Just one of those strikes that was timed so well, just hit with such great timing. Just guided into that top corner. And Wales have to respond here. The attempted pass for either Fishlock or Harding didn't work out, goes back to Brosnan. It is advantage the Republic of Ireland in this third place playoff.
Yeah, I think the Republic of Ireland will just slow things down now. You know, they've got that goal advantage. They're not going to rush anything, so it's up to Wales to take this game to Republic of Ireland now.
Quinn, the ball to Payne. Ingle hooks it over towards Fishlock. Littlejohn getting there instead. Here's O'Sullivan, the goal scorer, dictating the play, much like her opposite number Jess Fishlock does for Wales. And we've talked often about the importance of experience for Wales. Well, it's very much the same for the Irish as well. The likes of O'Sullivan, so vital for Vera Pauw's side. Morgan, that is a nice pass. Harding took too much time, didn't spot O'Sullivan behind it, and that is a shame.
Yeah, and I mean, they basic errors really. I think that, you know, we have to be clever. You know, Ireland now are very clever. You know, they're slowing everything down. Any contact, they'll go down, and that's the way to do it. I think from our point of view, we have to be more streetwise, really. You know, we know there's going to be pressure, and you have to shift that ball and check your shoulder to make sure that where the next pass is going.
Littlejohn. Well, attempted to find McCabe on that far side. Has reached the Irish captain. Roberts goes across and deals with the trouble. But it's Wales who are in trouble at the moment. Goal to 0 down. And chasing again. This is the first time that they've... well, since that early Scottish goal in the first game, they've been behind in normal play. They responded instantly against Scotland, of course, in injury time in that first half. and went on to win that game. So they have come from behind before, but the onus is on Wales now. The Republic of Ireland have a lead to protect.
Yeah, and obviously, like I said, you know, Wales will want to get a grip through this game and start controlling it at the minute. Republic
James
of Ireland.
cross and put wide by Carusa. An applause from the Irish striker to the wide player.
Yeah, you know, Republic of Ireland are traditionally, you know, a country that goes direct. You know, and again, I mean, poor attempt there on goal. However, the initial ball was really good, and Wales have to be mindful of how they defend that, because they know now that is the way the Irish will most generally go, is go direct.
Roberts finds Rowe. Gemma Evans, you'll notice Wales resist the temptation just to hoof it up the pitch. That is not what Gemma Granger wants. Wants it on the floor. Passes with meaning. On that occasion, when it did go long, didn't reach Harding.
I do think there, though, Simon, I mean, Rachel Rowe had enough time and space to turn and open her body out to look at the, you know, play forward. I'm not quite sure why, whether it's a confidence issue or, you know, whether she's not that comfortable yet. But, you know, that she's predominantly just continuing to play the ball from where it's come from.
Here's Louise Quinn out to Savannah McCarthy. McCabe again has made the run on that left wing. Interception by Wales. Yeah, stark contrast really to the conditions that Wales had to play with, and Belgium did in that semi-final. Balls going in that were swirling in the air like beach balls.
Yeah, to be fair, I mean, both teams did an incredible job, and, you know, Wales did it, you know, have displayed a very good, you know, defensive performance against an extremely talented young Belgian technical team, who I believe will win this Pinatar Cup this year.
Republic of Ireland losing out to Russia by a goal to nil. They did win their opening game against Poland 2-1. 1-0 up here. Lucy Quinn scored those 2 goals against Poland on the ball here. Ball back towards Olivia Clark. Under pressure from Carusa. See Vera Poe there. Hugely experienced coach and player. 89 caps, of course, for the Netherlands, but former Scotland coach, Russia, South Africa. Spent time out in Houston in Texas.
Yeah, she is highly regarded, you know what I mean, as a manager in the women's game, and rightly so. You know, her record speaks for herself.
O'Sullivan. McCabe with the cross. Carusa in the middle. Well, Clark gets to it. I think Roberts knew where that was going.
I think she miskicked it, to be honest with you, Simon, and I think she was dreading it. If we have another look again, the ball comes in and it just bounces and she completely miskicks it.
Yeah, as granted, I think I was a bit too kind there. Clark was alert. Gemma Granger was very encouraged by the Belgian performance. There were some suggestions. We were wondering why certain penalty takers didn't step up to the mark. Sophie Ingle, for example. I'm sure Helen Ward could have come off the bench and taken one, but Gemma Granger perhaps giving those young players experience ahead of what could be in the future major tournaments for them, or at least we hope.
Yeah, and you know, this is the place to do it. I mean, obviously, you know, I think we would have wanted to win that game on penalties, but it wasn't to be, and the players who stepped up, you've got to respect that decision, you know, and just support them.
Foul on Morgan, free kick Wales. Fitness will play a part in this searing heat. We've already had one drinks break, and player welfare certainly a major issue in these sorts of temperatures. And I suspect there'll be changes from both teams, if not early in the second half, certainly midway through it.
Yeah, I think we've obviously got to consider that we've got players coming back from long-term injuries. You know, we've got Jess Fishlock and Angharad James who are in pre-season, so have not played a game, you know, for months on end. So I think the squad will be used.
Ingle tries to put a foot in. Drops to Fahy. And Louise Quinn over to McCarthy. Harding, the nearest Welsh player to her, but McCabe is on the run again. Infield pass to Lucy Quinn. Takes on Escort, good cross. Could go anywhere. Fionn Morgan with a clearance eventually. Well, it didn't drop to an Irish player. Wales perhaps somewhat fortunate there.
Yeah, I don't think we're dealing very well in defensive situations. So when the ball comes in, we're only half clearing it. We're not actually gaining any advantage. And I think we're trying to pass our way out of defence, when sometimes the truth is, as ugly as it seems, you just need to get your foot through it and move up the field.
The Pinatar Cup final will be contested between Belgium and Russia. Who will finish third? It's advantage Ireland at the moment, and McCabe denied there by Roberts.
Yeah, McCabe is a threat on that left-hand side, you know. She's making it difficult for Charlie Escort, but, you know, thankfully Rhiannon Roberts is having to cover quite a lot, which is fine, you know, but it does pull Rhiannon Roberts out of that central area.
Was Wales without Hayley Ladd after that first game, did pull up with an injury. And running behind here is Carusa. Roberts with the interception. And Escort can try and clear it away here. Takes a touch, and it's a risky one. Back to Clark. And it puts Wales in immediate trouble. Well, Clark can recover.
Yeah, I'm not sure why there was a need to go back to Olivia Clark, you know what I mean? Just make an early decision. You put Wales, I feel, are putting themselves under a lot more pressure than they need to. Obviously, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking that Wales, possibly these players are tired. You know, we're 36 minutes in. It's uncharacteristic in the poor passes that we're making, and we're failing to complete passes. Is that a fatigue issue?
Evans's long ball will eventually does drop to Fishlock. Rowe in space. Nice pass to Ingle. And Harding, who didn't see much of in this first half so far. Do you see Tash Harding perhaps more as a wider player, although she can play more centrally, which is where she's playing this afternoon? Rachel Rowe thought she was fouled there.
I think from a Welsh point of view, we're not getting close enough. So when Ireland have the ball, we are moving to defend. When Ireland have the ball, it's too late.
Payne switches the play over to Lucy Quinn. Players waiting in the middle. Lovely exchange of passes between McCabe and Quinn. And Roberts there again, having to take evasive action.
Yeah, I mean, you know, nice little bit of skill there. I mean, for me, that was a definite foul. It was a block on Rachel Rowe, and she's got every right, I think, to ask for that free kick.
Well, Wales having a torrid time down that Irish left. And here it comes again. O'Sullivan has gone short, although this could be a long throw in towards Carusa in the middle. Escort with a clearance away. Nice skill this from Littlejohn. Escort following her. She's run into a tight space there, but she has it again, Littlejohn. Lucy Quinn. McCarthy. Oh, good play. Well, Wales struggling with this Irish attack, and it's hit the roof of the net. It's another corner. And once again, the Republic of Ireland causing all sorts of issues on that left-hand side.
Yeah, and I think, you know, as much as the Irish are having a lot of joy down that left-hand side, it's because we're not getting close enough. You know, we can't expect Ireland to give us the ball. We have to press, and we're not doing that. Our distances are incorrect. And I think that's why Ireland are just continually having, you know, so much possession within the last 5, 6, 7 minutes. Yeah, we are under the cosh.
Olivia Clark surrounded again as McCabe readies herself to take this corner kick. It's another slowly floated corner, and Clark was backpedaling. The referee has given a decision Wales's way. Another teasing delivery.
It was an excellent deep corner, you have to say, technically. I think the one thing is evident for us is that we certainly miss Kaylee Green when she's not on that field, you know, from a Welsh point of view. Yeah, great delivery. I'm not quite sure where the referee saw the foul, in all honesty, but we'll take it.
Kaylee Green, obviously her attacking threat, but it's what she brings at the other end of the pitch as well, which is important, which she'll run all day for you.
Yeah, you know, her work rate, and I think that the players are able to find her as a target. I'm not sure that we understand at the minute who would be that target, or we're not certainly having any success without her on this field.
Oh, good play from James. That's a lovely play. Out towards Holland. Takes on McCabe. Holland's cross, not a bad one. And Wales have a corner as a result.
Yeah, great work there by Kerry Holland. You know, let's see her on the ball more. Give her the ball, you know, face up on a 1v1 situation and have a go there. I mean, yeah, to be fair, clearly past. Oh, that was a great ball in as well. Fionn Morgan just on the far post there. Ex-colleague at Cymoedd Academy, Fionn Morgan, and Welsh speaker. So yeah, she is one of our own homegrown products and doing very well.
Yeah, a number of the squad members learning Welsh as well. There are Welsh speakers in there as well, the likes of Angharad James, native Welsh speakers. That's James's corner towards that back post, and Gemma Evans kind of hit her in the face there. I don't think she knew what was happening. Oh, it's a good finish, is it? No, it's just wide from Kerry Holland. Yeah,
I think that was really close, to be fair. I mean, Kerry Holland have had 2 bites of the cherry now, you know, within 90 seconds, to be fair. The ball is bouncing in the box. Well done for Wales to try and win that second ball. She's snatched really at that shot, and it's just rolled wide of the post. But yeah, more of that we need.
Took it first time, and from our vantage point I thought that was going to nestle in the corner then, but it was some distance wide. Brosnan's goal kick, only as far as Escort. Here's Rowe over the head of Fishlock. And an easy one for McCarthy to deal with. Lots for Gemma Granger to think about in her half-time team talk. And as we saw against Scotland, so much can happen between now and that half-time whistle.
Yeah, it would be lovely if we could equalise.
Harding leads the chase back to Brosnan. Big boot forward for Carusa. Quinn to chase. No nonsense approach from Rhiannon Roberts. Forward it goes from Olivia Clark towards Harding. James. Wales haven't been able to get on the ball as much as they would have liked, as they have done in previous games. Rowe gives it away. Couldn't get there. O'Sullivan finds Carusa.
Yeah, Ireland are having a lot of success playing through our lines at the minute. They're able to find each other with good distances, and I think that we are finding that difficult at the minute, whether the ball is just bypassing our central midfield area. You know, the distances within our units are incorrect, and that's why Ireland are having so much success at the minute.
Jessica Zhu. Oh, and Payne is away. Past Rowe. She's onside. Has options in the middle. This could make it 2-0. Oh, good block from Rhiannon Roberts. From McCabe.
Yeah, I think it was Sophie Ingle, sorry, who blocked that then time. But, you know, again, too easy for Ireland. They're having, you know, wave after wave of attack at the minute. You know, find it, like I said, those passes in between the lines. It was a decent cutback, to be fair, and the support was there. It was a poor execution, really, and hit Sophie Ingle on the back of the heel.
McCabe in the last minute of this first half with yet another Irish corner here. Payne has gone short, but there's plenty to aim for in the middle here for McCabe. That's another excellent delivery. Oh, it should be 2-0. Well, point-blank header from Fahy, and you can see by the look on her face that she knows it should be 2-0.
Yeah, fantastic delivery, and she was absolutely, you know, Sophie Ingle, I think, may have just lost her there, but yeah, Fahy, it was her goal to miss, really.
Well, these deliveries from McCabe have been on point, every single one of them, and Wales just haven't really been able to deal with them. Evans took too many touches, she's stayed down. No fouls as the referee. Here's Payne looking for Zoo. Carusa in the middle. James with the recovery.
Yeah, you know, I think Gemma Evans just got herself into trouble there herself, really. Like you said, heavy touch, too many touches, and then Ireland are on the attack.
And they're on the attack again. Carusa looking for Quinn. And Kerry Holland. Anywhere will do for Wales, but McCabe first to it. And it is a free kick. We're in the last minute of injury time, and there is time for the Irish to take this free kick.
Yeah, Kerry Holland trying to deal with the situation, but, you know, I mean, McCabe is very clever there at the end of the day. She's going to go down to buy some time for her team and to hopefully just swing a good delivery in.
Well, she'll want to hurry up and take this. The seconds are ticking away. And the minute of added time is up. Well, there was a conversation between McCabe and the referee. I think there's time for the Republic of Ireland to take this. Last chance of this first half. And it's another McCabe delivery. It's another excellent delivery, and Evans with the header away. And the half-time whistle goes, and it's advantage Republic of Ireland at halfway. All thanks to that goal from Denise O'Sullivan. A thumping effort into the top corner. But that only tells part of the story. Wales really haven't had many chances at all. Yeah,
no, Ireland have been totally dominant, to be fair, and deserve to go in, you know, at least a goal up, which they are. Wales will feel that there's been a tough half, you know, a tough ask, and I don't think we've helped ourselves with the way we've played. We haven't particularly made any successful passes, and that has let us down. But yeah, I mean, we need a big second half to come.
A big effort needed in the Spanish sunshine from Wales. It's the Republic of Ireland who lead by a 0-0 in this third place playoff. And the teams emerge for the second half in Pinatar. And as you can see at the bottom of your screen, it is the Republic of Ireland who are looking to make the first change. Abby Larkin set to come on. She plays for Shelbourne. And at 16 years of age, what an experience for her again, this being her second cap. And a big handshake from her manager, Vera Pauw. I just wonder, Kath Morgan, if Wales, as we await the entrance of their players from the tunnel to our left, I just wonder if Gemma Granger will be tempted to make a few changes herself.
I think Wales have obviously, you know, definitely been under the cosh for this first half, and they'll be disappointed in themselves that the way Wales have played. You know, we haven't been at the races, we haven't completed successful passes, our distances between units were far too big, and Ireland, to be fair, have capitalised on that, but we'd certainly need, you know, a more organised Wales, and a Wales that we know can play a lot better. So for me, if it is fatigue, then changes need to be made now. You know, there is no point waiting.
So Larkin is on for the Republic of Ireland. We'll get confirmation of who she has replaced in just a moment. But the team huddle from the team in front as Wales now take up their positions for this second half. Kerry Holland there in picture. Could argue Wales' most impressive player in that first half.
Well, you know, she saw quite a bit of the ball, you know, and in a 1v1 we know Kerry is able to, you know, attack very well, but unfortunately, you know, there seemed to be not enough support with her, so it was all in vain, to be honest with you.
So 1-0 to the Republic, thanks to Denise O'Sullivan, and it's Wales who kick things off for this second half. No immediate changes then, and it's Kira Carusa who has come off for the Republic. Abby Larkin on, and Wales with the same formation, same personnel, but I'm sure Gemma Granger will utilise her bench at some point. The first touch there for Larkin.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's an experience that she'll enjoy.
Here's Harding. Well, her first attempt on goal, she was very quiet in the first half, Natasha Harding, and that shot took a little nick before it reached Courtney Brosnan.
Yeah, I think she had probably a bit more time than she realised. She could have continued, I think, her run a little bit further, but yeah, you know, at least it's a positive start.
Fahy towards Jessica Zhu. Payne dispossessed by Rachel Rowe, who has spotted the run of Kerry Holland and tried the crossfield pass. Here's Louise Quinn. Fahy missed that header towards the end of the first half. The ball goes back to Olivia Clark.
I mean, Ireland, you know, will be in no rush, to be honest, for this half. They'll slow everything down. You know, as long as they've got that security of it being a goal up, you know, that's what will get them third place. So they're not too worried. It's Wales now need to make sure that they don't get dragged down to a slow tempo of play.
The Republic play Sweden in World Cup qualifying away. That is on April the 12th. Only game in April, in fact. They've got a game in Georgia in June. And then games to finish off the group against Finland and Slovakia. Finland at home, Slovakia away. Wales' next task away, well, home to France first, sorry, April the 8th, and then away to Kazakhstan on April the 12th. And it's Greece away, Slovenia home, both in September. All to play for. Exciting times for Welsh and Irish fans. And here's Rhiannon Roberts. Made some important interceptions in that first half. Does there need to be a bit more urgency, quickness
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I mean, that's what I said. Ireland will be quite happy for Wales to play at a slow tempo. You know, we need to score a goal. We need to secure possession, and it's something we're not doing at the minute.
Little John is on the charge. Larkin in front of her. She's going to go it alone. Good interception by Sophie Ingle, and it needed to be.
Yeah, we just need to look after our, you know, get our house in order. Look after the ball, maintain possession.
Rachel Rowe has got space here. Oh, couldn't find Fiona Morgan. I thought for a moment that she was going to sprint down the length of that Welsh left.
Yeah, and I think that's been our downfall, you know. At the critical time, we failed to secure the pass. And then Ireland, to be fair, you know, have counteracted on that mistake.
McCabe, so impressive in that first half. The captain for the Republic of Ireland is Louise Quinn. Nice ball to Zoo. The link up with O'Sullivan. Evans forced back to Clark again. Seems as though Wales only get so far and then run into a bit of trouble. Ingle giving it away this time. It just hasn't worked out for Wales so far. I wonder if the big effort against Belgium has taken its toll.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, you know, obviously, you know, playing 3 games in such quick succession is difficult. But, you know, we must remember that it's the same for everybody. You know, Ireland are playing well today, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it is a whole new 11, isn't it, from their game against Russia. But I think that at the minute we're our own worst enemy. It seems to be massive elements of fatigue for me. These mistakes are uncharacteristic, you know, for such a long period.
James wins the ball, plays the 1-2 with Harding. Fishlock does try to find Morgan. First touch from Morgan. This is the first time Wales have got close to the Irish penalty area in this second half. Ingle. Here's Harding. Harding has done well to win the ball back. Tries to get to the byline, wins the corner. Good determination that from Natasha Harding.
Yeah, you know, I mean, she's done well to win that corner. I think that, again, you know, if you watch that little passage of play, everything is bouncing, everything is not quite falling. It just looks messy. And we've got away with the corner, which is fine.
Which Anahara James will take. The referee has spotted something she doesn't like inside that penalty area. James stopped from taking the early corner here. Fishlock's there too, but this is going in the mixer, you would feel. In it goes from Anahara James. Easy one for Brosnan, the Everton goalkeeper. Yeah,
I mean, you know, you deliver the ball in and you have to compete. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. You know, Jess Fishlock is stood next to Anahara James. You know, that's one less player in the box. Yeah, I don't quite understand really why, you know, nobody's been stood in front of that goalkeeper, making it difficult for her.
You mentioned that it is a completely fresh 11 from the Republic of Ireland. And I suppose that would have been part of the game plan as far as Vera Pauw is concerned. Gemma Granger doesn't like to change for change's sake. I mean, you can almost pick her 11 for the French game now, or at least the spine of it.
Yeah, I agree, and I think that, you know, Vera Pauw has been very intelligent in doing that. You know, they still won that game against Russia, so, you know, she's got it right, to be fair, and with respect, Ireland, you know, have shown respect to Wales in that they're playing their strongest team here, and at the minute they are leading the way.
Larkin trying to get on the end of that long ball. Olivia Clark of Coventry United. This fourth cap. Only her second start. Fiona Roberts to Ingle. Under pressure from Larkin. Evans going long here. Well into no man's land. Easy one for Brosnan to collect, and one wonders if Gemma Granger will be glancing behind her to her bench and seeing what possibilities there are to bring on.
I think we certainly need more energy. You know, I've said it time and time again, in the second half, Ireland will be quite happy to slow everything down. We have to do the chasing, and whatever is happening at the minute, we are not successful in our passing rates, in our keeping possession. We keep giving the ball away. So, you know, I think we do need to change.
Rowe does well with the interception, links up with Morgan. Wales opted to go back again. Ingle, that was the sun in the eyes of some of the Welsh players there. That's a nice pass to Holland, and it's Harding's run. Could fall for a corner here. McCarthy just protecting the ball there by the corner flag, does well, but Holland does even better, and she's won the corner, has she? She has, and it's another opportunity for Anhara James to put this in.
Yeah, we certainly need to compete this time. To be fair, you know, Kerry Holland battling hard there, showed good work rate to try and win a little bit of a breathing space for Wales, to be honest with you, but it's no good unless the delivery is quality, which it will be by Anhara James. But the guys in the penalty box have to compete for the first and second ball.
Again, Fishlock is there as an option to go short. James fancies putting this one in though. Harding making that run to that near post. It's another Anhara James delivery over the head of Roberts. Morgan, the last remaining outfield player there towards Escort. Back to Morgan. Ingle, worth the shots. Oh, great attempt. Well, she's got the quality, we know that. And she almost drew Wales level with a goal which would have been as good as O'Sullivan's.
Yeah, Sophie Ingle just kind of looks up, no options, and just thinks, yeah, I'll have a go from here, and it's just hit the top end of the crossbar there. You know, like I said, we've seen her do it time and time again for Chelsea, and you know, she's had a quiet game. Yes, she's been involved, but as regards of, you know, any kind of efforts on goal, you know, we haven't really seen it this tournament. So yeah, it was a nice surprise, that one.
An inch lower and Brosnan was beaten, and has that galvanised Wales now. Fishlock does well, gets it onto her right foot, tries to link up with Ingle. Wales getting forward a lot more in this second half.
Yeah, it's just the ball just ran away then, didn't it? Not quite falling for us yet. But, you know, persistence. We have to continue to work hard, to do the basics, to not give up, to keep a positive attitude, and to just try and press Ireland, make them give the ball back to us.
Well, Harding's pressure on Brosnan. Almost saw her miss-kick that, but it's worked out for the Republic, and McCabe's cross only reaches Rowe.
Yeah, Gemma Evans is fortunate there because she stormed out and she was out of the back line there.
Poor kick from Clark. Ingle tries to get there, and Ingle penalised. Free kick, the Republic of Ireland. It was just a late challenge, a flailing leg there from Sophie Ingle.
Yeah, just stood on her toe, I think. It does hurt on that one, to be fair, and you know, Sophie's not, there's no intent there, but she did catch her, and it is a free kick.
Wish a Little John of Aston Villa over the ball. Well, it is a narrow lead for the Irish. Wales know, but keep them at bay here. Not for much of this second half. There's always the chance to nick a goal back, but 2-0 would be a big hill to climb. And it goes towards that back post, and the header from Louise Quinn on that occasion, just going wide of the post. Well, McCarthy also going in there, but I think it was Quinn's header.
Yeah, I think it was possibly, yeah, Tash Harding. Yeah, I mean, 2 runs on the far post there. You've got to just communicate and make sure that you know who's picking it up.
Rowe linking up with Morgan. Throw in Wales, right in front of those beer drinking fans, enjoying a swift pint in the sunshine, and why not? They have been supporting Wales with real passion in this Pinatar Cup. And they will be there in Llanelli, I'm sure, for that French game, as will we on BBC Wales. Really looking forward to that one in April. A couple of weeks away, as Kath was saying. Full coverage on BBC Wales, of course, on Radio Wales and Radio Cymru, as well as on the old telly and online as well. Ball is with Gemma Evans. Fishlock trying to turn at pace and tackled by Lucy Quinn. Haven't seen the same panache that we're used to seeing from Jess this afternoon.
Well, I think, to be honest, you know, like I said, we have to remember what time of the season it is for her. She's in pre-season. She only played her first 90 minutes, you know, for us against Scotland. And then she played, I think, 65 minutes, you know, or at least half a game in the second game. So I think, yeah, to be fair, I think Jess is at a point where she's probably nowhere near match fit at the minute. So, yeah.
Play from Escort here, getting forward, and that's not a bad ball at all. Harding to Fishlock. Just went away from Jess Fishlock there. And with players committed forward, the Irish try to go forward here, and that is a foul. And Payne has gone down here. Rachel Rowe just going to see if she's okay. It was a late challenge, and I think Rachel Rowe took the brunt of, or as much of the brunt of that as Heather Payne did.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe Rachel Rowe's got away with not getting a yellow card for that, to be honest. It was late, and I think she talked the referee out of giving her a yellow card there, if I'm honest.
Well, plenty of options for the Irish, the likes of Kiernan, Malloy, O'Gorman. And a drinks break in this heat in southeast Spain. And in many ways, it's like a warm weather training camp for both sets of players ahead of those crucial games against April. Consider the grim conditions in the UK at the moment. That's not such a bad thing.
No,
competitive games plus playing in warm weather.
Oh, absolutely, you know, and it just helps your mental health as well, you know what I mean? You feel the sun on your back, you know, you can have a little walk around, you do a little bit of training, play games, just spend time together. It is a huge part of the programme in order to galvanise you as a group for what's going to be a really difficult second half of the qualifying campaign. So yeah, you know, I think all the players will value, and we certainly did, you know, back in the day, you know, going to the Algarve.
It did seem as though Anna Philby has just come on for Wales, and you can see that Heather Payne is being helped off the pitch there. And it will be a change, I'm sure, for,
I think, Gemma Evans possibly,
for the Republic of Ireland. And here's the couple of Irish changes coming up here. So Payne off, and in some discomfort there, you can see. And it's Leanne Kiernan who'll be coming on in her place. And you'll notice as well, there's going to be a change of goalkeeper, with Eve Badana coming on in place of Brosnan. So with the score at 1-0, the Irish making some changes, but this game not over by a long shot yet. You notice Philby has slotted into that back four, and it's Wales on the break now with Fishlock. See, you're trying to work out if there's been a shift in personnel as well as positional changes.
Yeah, why do I think that Georgia Walters has come on?
We're not in charge of the pictures here. We should stress that. We are getting these from international partners, and the cross from that right-hand side hits the roof of the netting. And it was it was Kerry Holland with that attempted cross. Has worked really well on that right-hand side, in fairness. On that occasion, the cross just went a little wide. Well, here are the changes for the Republic of Ireland anyway. And Eve Badana, her 4th cap. Actually born in Canada. Was educated at college level at Toronto University. Kiernan coming on as well, Liverpool player. Former West Ham and Shelbourne player as well. So it's all change for both teams. And it's still all to play for, Kath. What, 63 minutes on the clock, still 1-0. And that will encourage Wales at least.
Well, yeah, I mean, we just need to get hold of the ball, you know, and try and create. OK, so Anna Philby has gone into the back line.
Yeah, just confirmation. Woodham, Philby and Walters on. Rowe, Evans, Harding off. So
that was sneaky, wasn't it?
We missed those pictures.
I thought I saw Georgia Walters.
So it's all change. And bombing forward on this occasion is Holland. Keeper may do well to keep this in here. In fact, it is a goal kick. Didn't come off a Welsh player.
And I think from a confidence point of view for Wales, you know, it's a different goalkeeper. Then you need to test her. You know, so Georgia Walters is her first minute in this tournament, and she'll want to impress. She's full of energy. You've got a good level of skill, and is not afraid, you know, to face up defenders in a 1v1 situation.
And this her 5th cap, Georgia Walters. And Lily Woodham, who we saw a lot of in the last game against Belgium, played the full 90 minutes. Did miss that penalty in the shootout, but certainly did her cause the world of good with her performance at the back. And Anna Philby as well. 2nd time she's featured in this tournament. She came on against Scotland. So all change for Wales. And the ball is with Philby.
Yeah, and it's for Wales now to take the game to Ireland. You know, we've got nothing to lose. We need to score a goal. Ireland have dominated, to be fair. But it's in our hands now. We've got 25 minutes to turn this game around.
Holland goes down, helped up by Fishlock there. Collided with McCabe and got the worst of that particular challenge. Positive performance though from Kerry Holland. Some good wing work.
Yeah, and as well, she's so versatile, you know. We've seen her play in numerous positions for Wales, and you know, her work rate for me, you know, is always excellent.
Throw into Wales. I think Gemma Granger is just saying forward, not back for Charlie Escort here. He was in the wrong position by some distance. Back from James. Escort's giving it away. And the Irish on the attack now. Ball with Kiernan. Up against Woodham. Infield to Littlejohn. Here's Fahy. And Philby with the clearance away. A strange ball that. It just seemed to evade everyone, but it's back into that penalty area. Oh well. On the turn. Wasn't a bad attempt at all from Larkin. Clark's clearance could go anywhere. Wales have to deal with this, and Roberts will do eventually, but nothing straightforward in the Welsh defence so far.
Yeah, I think we possibly rushed that then. Obviously, you know, the ball was in Olivia Clark's hands, and she chose to give it to Sophie Ingle. I'm not sure Sophie was ready for that. And then obviously just mistake after mistake just unravelled. So I think, yeah, a little bit messy from Wales, to be honest with you.
Philby, Woodham. Into closing in on the last 20 minutes. Nice pass out to Escort. McCabe with the throw. Well, had this been 2-0 at this stage, then it would be a real mountain for Wales, but 1-0 is not insurmountable. All it needs, a stroke of brilliance, a stroke of luck. And remember, if it does finish level after 90 minutes, it's straight to penalties again.
Yeah, I think Wales would be the first to agree that we've not had our best game. We've not played as well as we wanted to, as individuals or a collective, but that happens. And the fact is, if we equalise here, we'll probably forget that we haven't had our best day.
Yeah, it's all about that scoreboard. Here's Lily Woodham. Bristol City, crossfield pass from Philby to Roberts. Wales getting players forward here. Given away by Roberts, though. And Wales about to make a change. I think Helen Ward might be coming on here. Could find Kiernan. Good interception by her opposite number, Philby. The Wales number 22. And if it is Helen Ward, if I spied correctly there, this will be cap number 99. And wouldn't it be nice if she gets that 100th against France? Not that Gemma Granger gives away caps easily. In fact, there's going to be a triple change for Wales here. In the meantime, McCabe is on the charge again. McCabe for the Republic of Ireland, just dragged it wide. Well, she had plenty of room, and I think she wants a corner, but the referee says no.
Yeah, again, Rhiannon Roberts just rushed out there, and the ball got played in behind. Yeah, I think they obviously are questioning whether it got deflected off that.
Ward, Green and Hughes. First time we've seen Ellis Hughes in this Pinatar Cup. And Kerry Holland coming off. Good shift from her. Ellis Hughes, 4 years now at Everton. And Helen Ward for cap number 99. Wales's record goal scorer. Jess Fishlock. Frustrating afternoon for one of Wales's, or arguably Wales's best player. And Fia Morgan coming off as well.
Yeah, it's been a tough afternoon for Wales, I have to say. Like I said, seldom do we see Wales, not perform. And it's been a difficult afternoon. I think Ireland have just worked us out and have broken us down, and we just have not been at our best in more than one area. And then it's just felt like a real slog this afternoon.
Rhiannon Roberts, escort is free. Well, they're mixing it up a bit, Wales here, going long, looking for Hughes. And he reaches Badana instead. This is her 4th cap for the Republic, by the way. Clearance from McCarthy, met by Roberts. It's been a messy old game. But as Kath was saying, if Wales can draw level, then all will be forgotten. Green dropping deep, that's what she brings. Holds up the play so well from that front position. Woodham out towards Green. Well, she brings tenacity. At times that has brought ill discipline, but I don't think Wales fans would want it any other way from Kayleigh Green.
No, and I think generally, it brings work rate. She's very demanding of her fellow teammates, and she works so hard, and she expects everybody else to do the same, and rightly so.
James among those who've dropped short for this throw-in. Lack of options here, Lee, for Lily Woodham. And wins another throw. Wales looking for a bit more urgency here to get back in this game. Green, heavy touch. James winning it back. Helen Ward trying to help out, but it's the Republic on the charge again. And free is McCabe. What would you like to see from Wales in this last quarter now?
I think for me, more successful passes. You know, we fail to, you know, to keep possession of the ball. You know, one pass or two passes. Everything we do, we try and, I think, just make the wrong decision. And for me, like I said, it's been a very, very difficult afternoon. I think Vera Pauw, testament to her. I think at Republic of Ireland have waited for a coach of this quality to come in and lead them, and I think they're seeing the fruits of that labour now. But from a Welsh point of view, I mean, you have to say that we've been totally outplayed this afternoon. As much as it pains me to say that, that is the fact. And I think that we got 20 minutes now to kind of press the ball against Ireland, make it difficult for them, and try and keep the ball when we retain possession, which is something we have not done all afternoon.
Another drinks break and another chance for Gemma Granger to galvanise the troops again. Ellis Hughes. Good turn of pace from Larkin. Got Keane in front of her. She's bombing forward here and going it alone. Not too far away from Larkin.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a corner. I do believe that came off a Welsh player. Yeah, good run, very confident. Yeah, it did hit.
Well, it hit Lily Woodham.
Yeah. Yeah, Ireland have every right to be a little bit annoyed at that decision.
Leander Roberts. Philby. Harry James of Orlando Pride. Well, it's been a disciplined performance from the Republic of Ireland. Wales boxed in a little bit here, and they opt to go long. And Kayleigh Green penalised there. Good contest between her and Niamh Fahey.
Yeah, you could just see Kayleigh Green just drifted offside there. But, you know, I mean, it was the right ball to play. At least Kayleigh Green is kind of giving everybody a much better target to play off.
McCarthy with a long ball. Roberts. A bit of a shove in the back of Larkin there. Quickly taken throw. Roberts again has it. Time running out for Wales to get that ball forward and to threaten that Irish defence. It is advantage to the Republic, thanks to that splendid goal in the first half from Denise O'Sullivan. A rocket of a volley, which Olivia Clark stood no chance with. Seems a long time ago now.
Yeah, it does. But to be fair, you know, I mean, that goal is worthy of winning any game. And we have been outplayed today, you know, simple. We've give a good account of ourselves, I think, for the Scotland and the Belgium game, so no taking away from that. But I think the girls as individuals will be disappointed that they finished the tournament, you know, with such a weak performance.
Flag goes up. Wales want to take the free kick quickly, and that's what happens. James in a deep position here, rolls it to Helen Ward. Here's Roberts. Looking for escort.
You know, and you look at Ireland there, you know, we've got 13 minutes left and they're continuing to press high and hard against us, and that is what we've failed to do. So Wales are finding it very difficult to get out.
James over the top, looking for Ward or Ellis Hughes. Keeper Badana gets there instead. Lots of positives to take from the Pinatar Cup, and Gemma Granger chooses to look at the positives all the time. even if it is going to be a 4th place finish. Of course, it is all about those World Cup qualifiers and putting a good performance in against the French, as they did in Brittany in that group game. So unlucky there. Jess Fishlock hitting the post at the death and then conceding that late goal. Sophie Ingle perhaps not been on it either today. Here's James. I have to say, no room for Wales to break through again.
Well, yeah, you know, Ireland just keep pushing us back, don't they? You know, every time we kind of secure possession, we end up going backwards. And Ireland will take this all day long. They will be fine with us. I mean, we're just not creeping into the right areas of the field at the minute, and that is testament to Ireland's pressing and hard work.
Well, the referee, I think, has given a yellow card to Lily Woodham there. Whether that was for kicking the ball away or a bit of petulance from the Wales defender.
Yeah, I think it was for kicking the ball away, and, you know, we need that ball, so we haven't got the time to... Oh, it's for... Oh, no.
Well, it is a free kick, which Woodham gave away, but I think the yellow card was for what happened after. Not overly clear from the referee, or indeed from the pictures that we're given. But the game at a critical stage now, still 1-0. And Wales within a goal of taking this to penalties at least, so it's not over yet, and stranger things have happened. It's a poor pass to McCabe. Escort back to Roberts. James. They need to be down the other end of the pitch, though.
Yeah, you know, I mean, we look comfortable in this situation, but you can't score a goal from this area of the field. So we need to try and find a way to get the midfield players on the ball. You know, we've got Hannah James and Sophie Ingle, but we need more movement from the front three, more dynamics, more creativity, and this afternoon I think we're lacking in the basics, if I'm honest.
Escort's throw, Ingle's flick on, Ward. Whether she thought that Georgia Walters was with her. Well, a bit lucky there, Wales. Lucy Quinn hitting her own face, but the Republic of Ireland just winning back possession very, very quickly. And down the other end, Kiernan, watched by Woodham, who actually does very well to get the ball away, but there's been a real discipline about the Irish this afternoon.
Yeah, they've been excellent, to be fair. They've been, you know, well coached, I think, disciplined performance. They just know the system inside out, and they've kept to the game plan. And, you know, like I said, we can sit here and kind of talk about fatigue and kind of give our reasons why Wales haven't possibly done very well today. But you have to look at the opposition. Ireland have not allowed us to play well. Yes, we haven't had our best day, but you have to credit the opposition. They have been far, far stronger than we have today.
Escort's throw, looking for Walters, headed away, and it's Larkin. Oh, just lost her footing there, but it's still on for the Irish. O'Sullivan. And happy just to keep possession here. Very calm in possession Ireland as McCarthy plays it long towards Roberts.
You know, and the truth is, when you play well, you enjoy it. You enjoy the occasion, you enjoy the game. You know, this levels of stress of kind of, you know, are limited on you. So, you know, you get the feeling that the Irish girls are enjoying themselves, and that just comes out in their performance then.
Philby. Roberts. Up it goes towards that Wales front line. I suppose with the likes of Helen Ward on the pitch, all someone like Helen needs is one chance just inside the 6-yard area, and it's 1-1. That's the type of player she is. but it's getting the ball into those positions. That seems to be the issue for Wales at the moment.
Yeah, you know, we've had a bit of a bad day in midfield today, where the ball is just bypassing us, and that is happening again. You know, everybody's working so hard, but we're getting no rewards for it. We're not able to, you know, string 2 or 3 passes together and to build an attack, which is, I have to say, really uncharacteristic of us. You know, we've not seen these traits, you know, in years and years.
James giving it away, and a response from the Republic of Ireland through Lucy Quinn. Does try and find Kiernan. Oh, good play on that right flank. In towards Quinn, point blank header, and Lucy Quinn almost getting her 3rd of the tournament. A warm applause from the Irish fans, and perhaps that should have put the result beyond doubt.
Yeah, but you know, a concern for me is that, you know, it's a 1v1. You know, Lily Woodham's just been done it, and it is an absolutely free header. She stood in the penalty box with nobody next to her. You know, that would be a concern, I think, for Gemma Granger.
Well, Zoo's cross was inch perfect, and Lucy Quinn's header over the bar, and we are going to see another change from the Irish here, and it does seem as though Amber Barrett is going to come on, of FC Köln in Germany. So more quality for Vera Poe to bring on here. I think for young players like Charlie Escort, this has been an education, hasn't it?
Well, you know, certainly to get minutes under her belt at international level, you know, I'm sure she's found it tough. But obviously, you know, you just bank these experiences and build on them and try and improve, you know, when you get an opportunity. So I think it'll be invaluable for her as an individual, and it will give her confidence to go back to her club now to continue working hard.
29th cap for Barrett. Looks to get her first touch here. McCabe wandering offside, I think. Free kick, Wales.
I think they're saying the ball went out of touch.
Well, yeah, Kiernan just drifting it wide, so it is a Wales throw. Time running out, 5 minutes to go, plus injury. What can Wales do in their quest to finish 3rd in the Pinatar Cup? Ingles header. Here's Elise Hughes. Pushing the back, but she does find Walters.
Yeah, I mean, we don't need the ball in the air, that's a sure thing. You know, we need ball to feet, ball into space rather than in the air, because we find it difficult to use the ball. James
has lost her footing. Well, did she bring O'Sullivan down? Well, the decision has gone James's way. James with a bit of a smile there. I think she's got away with that one.
Yeah, absolutely. She knew she slipped on that ball, and then she did everything she could to try and make. Oh, it was a handball actually. It was a handball actually from O'Sullivan. Yeah.
The referee was better placed than we were.
Yeah, yeah.
But she was sitting on James's shoulders there. Ball to Ingle. That groan from Kath Morgan.
Well,
we've heard a lot of that.
It's such a difficult ball, you know. You're throwing a ball at Sophie Ingle's, you know, hips. That is so hard for her to deal with, and that's been the story of the afternoon, I think. James finds Escort.
Tried to find the run of Hughes. There was the option of Walters as well. Here's Philby. Time really running out for Wales now. Ingle, Philby. Drives it over towards Kaylee Green, who's not happy with the quality of the pass into her.
Yeah, I think Kaylee Green is a player that, you know, starts the game and plays well and then comes off. It's a different role when you're asked to come on as a substitution when you're chasing the game. I think Kaylee finds that quite difficult and frustrating, which, you know, I can understand from her point of view.
Ball forward towards Hughes. Claims of handball. Yep. Free kick Wales. Well, McCarthy is remonstrating with the referee. She's booked for that handball. And what a position this is, with 87.5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, Sophie Ingle or Angharad James, please. But it doesn't look as if that's going to happen. But yeah, for me, it was definitely handball, I have to say. Yeah, I would have thought that someone would have had it. Sophie Ingle or Angharad James would have a shot here.
Georgia Walters has gone across.
We can't really see from that angle.
And James standing over the ball too. It has to be Angharad James, surely. A three-woman wall to beat. And it will be Walters, it seems. Well, she hasn't scored for Wales. And this is her 5th cap.
Hit it, Georgia. Just hit it.
And what a time it would be for her to get her first goal for Wales. Walters tries it, straight at the wall, comes back out to Walters. Roberts tries it, claims a handball.
Definitely.
No penalty, says the referee.
Oh, definitely. That is a definite handball.
Well, we'd have to see that one again. And I'm sure Gemma Granger would want to see it as well. Into the last minutes. And as Wales's chance of drawing level gone, I wonder.
You could even hear that ball that struck the hand there, for sure.
Still Wales play on. James. Well, it's taken till the 89th minute for Wales to come alive. Ball into the middle towards Walters. And the chase is on now for Barrett. Up against Roberts. Foot race between the two. Roberts wins that particular tackle. Right, here's the replay.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. I mean, Helen Ward has stood right next to her. The ball has hit her arm, 100%.
McCarthy.
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I'm so biased.
I think your head is ruling your heart is ruling your head.
It's been a very stressful afternoon.
There may well have been contact with the hand. It did then bounce up to the chest.
Yeah, it did, yeah.
And we're into injury time, 4 minutes of it. But for all your bias talk, to quote yourself there, Kath, I think we have to admit that for most of this afternoon, Wales really haven't been at the races. But it's not over yet. Ward out towards Hughes. This is a good move. Kaylee Green. Ward's in the middle. It's Ward! Well, that was the chance. Just went wide. Didn't fall at her feet. Had it fallen at Helen Ward's feet, it would be 1-1.
Yeah, it just evaded her, didn't it? You know, the ball was whipped in so well and so fast with good pace that unfortunately just skipped away from her, but it was a great, great effort by Wales. But like you said, you know, we've waited until the 90th minute for this little bit of flurry of possession. Lovely ball for Green, who can keep it in here. Green with the cross towards that back post. The Irish defence just happy to hold up the play here. Well, it's taken this long for Wales to be a real threat to that goal to our right-hand side. Is it too little, too late? Jessica Zhu trying to play the ball down that channel. Here's the alleged handball again. Oh, yes. I would say off the arm, onto the chest. Well, it was a crowded penalty area, in fairness to the referee, and there's no VAR. Had there been, then she would have had a good, strong look at that. In fairness, I don't think McCarthy knew too much about it, but still. Wales are running out of time. Crossfield ball towards Hughes. And towards Escort, who'll take this throw. Hughes in front of her. James has come across too.
Georgia Walters trying to guide the ball in towards that penalty area into the last minute of injury time. It's now or never for Wales. Driven in by Roberts. Over the head of Kaylee Green. Out for a goal kick. And the Republic of Ireland will be in no hurry at all to take it.
No, but to be fair, that was an excellent ball delivery from Rhiannon Roberts. Yeah, unfortunate there, but I mean, Kaylee Green just held her hand up to acknowledge that as well. Just a little bit too, Kaylee was just in the wrong position there. But yeah, I mean, all in all, I think, you know, we have to be honest, that Wales did not play their best today, and Ireland have thoroughly deserved to take this victory today with 30 seconds to go.
Madana's kick. Here's Green. Well, that passage of play perhaps sums up the afternoon. It's scrappy, and in the end it fell the Republic of Ireland's way. Philby with an important tackle, but just been sloppy from Wales at times.
Yeah, I mean, we've looked as if we just a bit disjointed and you know, not being able to string a couple of passes together, which is a shame, because like I said, it is totally uncharacteristic of our play. It's
a 4th place finish for Wales in the Pinatar Cup. Congratulations to the Republic of Ireland. Denise O'Sullivan's goal, and a splendid goal it was too. The difference between the two teams. Wales not really at the races, if we're honest, this afternoon. But the Republic of Ireland, worthy winners in southeast Spain. Yeah, and I think, you know, on reflection for the tournament, we've done very well. We've had 2 really good results in this tournament, so it was really valuable for everybody. And moving forward now, obviously, we can concentrate on the bigger picture, which is, you know, home game to France and away game to Kazakhstan. Yeah, it's all about that game in Llanelli on April the 8th for Wales. As for the Republic of Ireland, they've got bigger fish to fry as well, with a game against Sweden in World Cup qualifying. A hard-fought battle, but it's the Irish who come out on top. It's finished in this 3rd place playoff. Wales 0, the Republic of Ireland 1.